Delighted to say that Gavin Sheehan is with us now ahead of a terrific weekend's racing at Sandown. You've got Rouge Vif and GAA, two of your big guns this season to look forward to. How excited are you first about getting on Rouge Vif, Gav?
Oh, very excited. I schooled him this morning. He felt great, jumped very well. But after his last run, I'm very excited.
Were you surprised at what he did on his last start? Because he was electric.
He was. I wasn't actually that surprised, to be honest. I loved the way he finished off his race, which was really good. I thought his jumping was good. He's a smart horse, and he went through the race very smartly.
How frustrating was it watching on from the sidelines when horses like him and others were doing what they were doing?
It is frustrating, but look, I kind of don't mind because I know that I can't ride. I have to mentally tell myself that I can't do it, so it's fine. But at the same time, it's for me, I just look at the positives, and the positives are I'm riding him in the Dingle Creek.
We know he's a good horse. We know you think highly of him, but can you tell the Sporting Life viewers how you're going to beat Altior and the rest?
If it's good ground, good to soft, I'll have a massive chance. Altior's a 10-year-old, Politolog's a 9-year-old. They've got plenty of experience in their side. They've been there, done that. Altior, I love watching Altior. But hopefully I'll be looking behind me come the winning line. But look, my lad, Rouge Vif, he does one thing, he jumps and he gallops. I know that Altior, he'll be wanting to turn into a test. He's proven himself doing that before. He looks like he comes off the bridle a bit out, but he stays very strongly up that hill. He's going to be tough to beat around there.
I know that obviously going into a race, you have to think you're on a horse that can beat the rest of them. I totally understand that. And I know that he's a horse that you have tremendous belief in, but you're a keen form student. You enjoy, as you said, watching Altior's brilliance. Do you honestly believe the feel that Rouge Vif gives you as a jockey, which none of us would have experienced, but do you feel a horse underneath you that you think is capable of being considered in that upper echelon, the likes of Altior, and you think you can lower their colours?
Yeah, look, we're going there with every chance. One thing I love about Rouge Vif, he tries every single time I get on him. He'll battle for you. He will try. Altior has probably got that little bit more class than us, but we're a bit more younger. We're probably more hungry. Altior, he looked a little bit vulnerable, but we're going to go there, give it our best chance, and see what happens. And I think that's the best way to do it, really.
There is rain forecast. If it does turn up soft, is he a horse that just isn't his best on soft ground?
I don't think he is. When I rode him in the Arkle, I knew I would have to jump in a second. I jumped off in front and pinged up over the first two, but I knew I wasn't just at my best. He springs off better ground. Look, we are expecting rain, but if it turns up good to soft, I'll be happy enough with that.
Okay, let's turn on to your other big ride on the day, which is GAA, who was really impressive at Wincanton, actually. That's in the Henry VIII, which is a key Sporting Life Arkle trial. I spoke to you actually for Sporting Life at the start of the year, and you flagged him up as a horse to follow, as did Jamie Snowden. And he looks like he's a pretty smart horse. Is he the real deal, do you think, Gavin?
I think he could be. I stick my neck out in the line and say it. I think he could be. He's got a lot going for him. He's only ever ran 5 times. I rode him his second run over here over hurdles, and it was just a nothing kind of race for him. But riding him over fences just giving, he feels 10 times better. The only time he was green was going around the bends when he didn't know what to do around Fontwell. But he's got better and better and better, and he's winning distances. I mean, he won 5.5 lengths first time. He won 9.5 lengths second time, and then he won the race, the Grade 2 down in Wincanton. He won that by 22 lengths or something like that. So he's got better and better with each run. He's jumping, like I schooled him again this morning, and he jumped real slick, real good. But he's in a very competitive race.
He made 1 or 2 errors at Wincanton, but it was kind of a messy race in a way. Do you really believe that even though he's a novice chaser, that he is very slick over his fences. Does he feel in what you've done at home as though he's a good jumper?
I think he is. They do a lot of good schooling over in France, and the schooling him at home, he feels great. It was kind of a case for me around Fontwell, just get him from A to B, but I thought he was good. I thought he'd take a length out of a horse, and he got better through the race. Look, every horse is going to make one or two mistakes, but when Darrell riding him, Darrell's trying to teach him, because he knows he's got the race at his mercy, but he's trying to educate the horse as he's riding him as well. Is what you do on a youngster when you're going through a race like that, is try to educate him as well, looking towards the future. And schooling this morning, he's slick. He travels well, and he jumps well up over fences. Sandown's a test of jumping, and you got them railway fences that you need to get right. But I think he's quite good, and I'm really looking forward to him.
I was going to say about the railway fences, for those that don't know, I chatted to Ruby Walsh when he was riding, and he said if you miss the first, it can just throw your rhythm off for the rest of them. So particularly, I guess, in the novice, well, actually in the Tingle Creek and the novice race, it's probably really important that you get the first of those right, because the small margins can make the difference between winning and losing.
Yeah, exactly. You got that one that comes down the hill. That'll be taken as the third. And then you've got three fences that come up quick enough. You've got a water jump, and then you've got them three railway fences. But it's kind of one of those that it's just rhythm. If you jump well one night, you're more likely going to jump the next two nights. If you miss one, it can throw you off and then upset your rhythm. Other horses, but likewise, if you jump them well, you can take lengths out of the other horses and get them on the back foot.
So this weekend, if all goes to plan, you could have the new favourite potentially for the Champion Chase and the new favourite for the Sporting Life Arkle. Is it going to happen?
Touch wood. I'll be doing my best anyway.
Final question is how good is it to be back in the saddle and be doing what you love?
Yeah, it's brilliant. On the sidelines, you're looking at ways that you can improve, even though you haven't sat in a horse, or you can't sit in a horse at the moment. But I'm in a good position. Very lucky to have Kate and Andrew Brooks backing me up. Likewise with Harry Whitney and Jamie Snowden, Warren. There's plenty of people supporting me, which is great. But it's want to get back in the saddle when I'm off injured, to come back and ride winners. Things probably haven't worked out for me great since I come back, but I'm always hungry to do better. And it's great. I've got a nice little Harry Potter scar in my hand to remind me of it. But look, I love racing. It's a thrill to ride, and what makes it even better is going into the weekend at Sandown. You got some brilliant races. The Tingle Creek, King Henry VIII. They're two exciting races to watch, not alone to be racing at them, riding them.
Well, let's hope, Gavin, you can cast the winning spell on the Sandown track on Saturday. Sorry for that awful pun, but we'll end it on that note. And listen, great to have you back, and good luck on Saturday, mate.
Thanks very much.